eastern swamp deer, there's a very small population only in Kaziranga.
One big flood is enough to wipe out this population from this earth.
We need a viable population in Manas National Park.
This species is in the priority list of the conservation of Kaziranga National Park.
But if you need to take things to the next stage, you need to take risk.
The eastern swamp deer, there's a very small population only in Kaziranga. So that itself was a matter of concern, because if something happened to that population in Kaziranga, that subspecies would die out. So we were worried as a Wildlife Trust of India that this animal, rare in Kaziranga, would go extinct. So that was one reason for us to try and find a second home for it. The second reason, quite independent of the deer, is the fact that Manas National Park, where the Wildlife Trust of India has worked for many years, had gone through a very bad phase where most of it was poached out during the civil uprising in the 80s. And we wanted to bring back Manas, and we were trying to do that through a number of reintroductions and restockings, primarily the rhino, the elephant. When we went to UNESCO in the late 90s and said we are bringing back Manas, and UNESCO was hearing a proposal to lift Manas out of its state of being a World Heritage Site in danger, they put one condition. They said, you can do that, you must also bring back the swamp deer.
See, eastern swamp deer has its last surviving population only in Kaziranga National Park. We have around 1,000 deers at this moment at Kaziranga. If something happens to this group of population of this deer, then this deer will go extinct. One big flood is enough to wipe out this population from this earth.
Boma is a funnel-shaped model where the animals are captured without touching the animals. The first step, we put the boma in the habitat of the eastern swamp deer, where tarpaulin and bamboo posts are used. We wait for certain period. When the animals, they get used to that boma, then they automatically enter inside the boma while grazing.
To begin with, to attempt species recovery of any sort, you have to take risk. You have to do things which are not just allowing nature to recover, which has been the old mantra of wildlife conservation in India.
The eastern swamp deer enter inside the boma, then the final process starts. We put the base tarpaulin towards the tunnel, and slowly we move that curtain towards the tunnel, and they go inside the truck.
We managed this movement of deer twice, not once, without a single mortality during capture or relocation. And the simple thing that we have learned is not only the technique of avoiding stress either in the capture method or in the movement, but also just to use better new age drugs. Indian veterinarians are using older forms of drugs, and this time we teamed up with South African veterinarians and biologists who introduced us to better drugs, which is really showing that we can manage to move large numbers of herbivores from one place to the other without mortality.
At the moment, 17 swamp deers have already been captured safely, and as per the doctors, all are healthy and they are ready to be translocated.
Our area is now 850 square kilometer. On the other side of the international boundary, we have Royal Manas National Park. Their area is 1090 square kilometer. Manas landscape is around 2000 square kilometer now. I hope they will survive there, they will do very well. We want to have a population here, at least minimum 100 to be there. I hope achieve the success. WTI is also there. We are getting all this technically here. So I hope they will do very well here.
I can tell you that it fulfilled the commitment of UNESCO regarding bring back swamp deer to Manas National Park. Translocation ensured that eastern swamp deer is spread into 2 locations. So even if something unfortunate we don't expect it, at least another stock is available. They were till recently only in Kaziranga National Park.